And welcome back to the sports news. And if I'm smiling ear to ear, it's a smile of pride, as this interview I have been looking forward to maybe for 20 years. Maybe it's been that long. I don't know. It seems like that. As I bring in a guy who, when I coached 7th grade basketball, was my starting center. Now he's the head coach at UW Richland Center, Zach Thayer. Zach, thanks for making it in today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, and before we talk some Roadrunner basketball, let's talk 7th grade basketball and maybe my style of coaching versus your style of coaching. What are the differences?
Well, I would definitely say that I have learned a lot from your style of coaching, which has there's no room for error with your style, but it definitely taught us a lesson, and that not to take anything for granted. And there is definitely some, I won't call it disciplinary actions, but it's if you make a mistake, you'll know that you made the mistake.
Are you saying I was hard on you guys? Come on.
You may have been a little hard on us. All I'll say is we were definitely in shape. We learned how to touch the lines. We learned how to make sure that we finished all of our sprints as we went down each practice.
Coach, let's talk about the Roadrunners now a little bit. Hey, if somebody is going to play at UW Richland Center, what does that mean? What does that mean to play for you in the program?
So to play for UW Richland, as I played there myself and my wife and plenty of my friends, there's really it's basically tradition, and it feels like home. And we've kind of thrown that process out there between the men's and the women's program, and we look to continue our education first and foremost, and then we look for basketball after that. And then as we go from there, we just learn to go through the 6 months of basketball and try to do as best we can and not lose our last game.
And talking about basketball as well, and the guys that you have on the team, you even have guys from Europe, don't you?
We have had several foreign exchange students play for me this year, and it's an interesting group because they understand the game. They've watched a lot of professional sports. The biggest issue is what you see on TV is not exactly what their skill level is at, but it's still it's very entertaining when we watch them play.
I'm sure. And talk about, like, for next season, what are your expectations for your team?
Well, the expectations for the team is always, let's not lose a game. I mean, every coach says that, every player says that, but in realistic, it's always compete and get better after the last game, whether you win or lose. But to understand after a loss, what can we learn from it and use it for the next game? Because it is a very long season, but I do expect to do some pretty big things next year.
Zach, it's been a while. Let's not make it so long in between visits next time, all right?
Sounds great. I'd appreciate it.
Great seeing you, Coach, and thanks for joining us here on the Sports News.
Thank you.